Welcome SAO survivors. This week we got Scherzo movie releasing in Japan, a bunch of countries announcing regional dates, along with a certain someone getting a character song, new abec artwork, Alicization Lycoris' supposed final update, and more. Welcome to This Week in SAO for all your weekly SAO news. As always, anime news first, as that's what most of you are looking forward to. The week has finally arrived. Sword Art Online Progressive Scherzo of Deep Night movie is having its early screening in Japan this week on October 21st and officially releasing on October 22nd. While I know most of you do not get any real benefits from this Japanese release, especially because, Aniplex USA somehow still does not have a date for the big chunk of you in the US, especially because, Aniplex USA somehow still does not have a date for the lots of you in the US, but there's one key thing for you to look forward to: the contents of the post-credit scene. We're bound to get more project announcements here. There has been plenty of trustworthy leaks going as far back as last year November. I personally expect another progressive movie announcement, either going back to Floor 2 Rondo of a Fragile Blade or Floor 3 Concerto of Black and White for that sweet L4 campaign. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, or follow me on Twitter at Gamerturk95 for the incoming news. Also, while you're at it, make sure to like this video because YouTube algorithm throws my channel into the oblivion otherwise. Your support is very much what keeps these videos stay afloat. If you're curious about the full story outline of the movie, as in what scenes from the book are definitely in, what seems to be cut completely, where do the movie original scenes land with Asuna and Mito, you can check out this video by clicking the top right icon, as the soundtrack list pretty much gave us the full overview of events. Be careful, it will feature some surface level spoilers of course. Continuing on the topic of Scherzo movie, we have an interesting bit of news from Sakura Music, the publishing company that's also in charge of the movie theme song by Aoi Air, Shinzo. In the hashtag Sakura Music Leaks Twitter campaign that they have revealed that there is an additional song in the album titled Evil that was written for the character in Scherzo movie. All I can say is look forward to the fateful encounter. We're definitely getting it. In other places of the world, Scherzo movie continues to receive more release dates. You Americans do really need to pester Aniplex USA for your dates, but in the meanwhile, Taiwan gets the movie on November 4, Italy gets the movie on November 14, 15 and 16, and Hong Kong now receives it on November 24. If your country has not received a date yet, stay tuned to this corner in the upcoming weeks. Last piece of Scherzo news, I promise, it's that there is an additional cinema bonus announced for Japan. The first 200k viewers will receive a shikishi that features the line art version of the key visual that is signed by the cast members. Again, just 1 or 2 bonuses in other regions please, that is all I'm asking of you. Like when I go back to Turkey to watch it, please at least have a poster for me, will ya? On the light novel side, there is the news of Sword Art Online Volume 27 debuting with a slower performance compared to previous releases. It is very easy to lie with statistics and to create a scene out of what is effectively a non-issue. I may have a video about this later this week if I find the time, but I'll just direct you to my Twitter thread on the entire thing. It's always good to have some basic understanding of statistics and context of the statistics, so check the description for the link, give it a read, it's gonna be helpful. A new Abeshi Artbook is on the horizon. Sword Art Online Abeshi Artworks New World has been scheduled for January 10, 2023 in Japan. This artbook will feature content from the SAO anime as well as games, but also from the main series light novels volumes 16 to 22, that is Alicization Exploding, Awakening, Lasting, Moon Cradle parts 1 and 2, Unital Ring 1, and Kiss and Fly side story compilation, and progressive light novels volumes 4 to 6, that is Scherzo of Deep Night, as well as Canon of the Golden Rule parts 1 and 2. Quite a lot of godly Abeshi content right there, so if you're an arts fanatic, mark your calendar for January 10. On to some song news. Sword Art Online 10th anniversary theme song Fanfare in the Azure, performed by Aoi Air, ASCA and ReoNa. What a great cast right there. is getting an early digital release on October 28th. Let's see if it's as cheerfully deceiving as the SAO EX Chronicle theme song Till the End by ReoNa from a couple years ago. My SAO contest of Variant Showdown is continuing, and this week we received an illustration from the Scherzo of Deep Night manga adaptation artist Puyocha, who has depicted the incredible bath fight scene between Asuna and Argo. So much attention to detail that you can accurately see Argo taking her steps from the water too, as graceful as ever. Speaking of Variant Showdown, the 500k pre-registration and social media follower goal has been reached for additional rewards on launch. With that threshold surpassed, producer Takeuchi has announced 2 additional tiers for 750k and 1 million total. Recently, after the announcement, the 750k tier was also achieved. No news on the official release date just yet. Moving on to Alicization Lycoris, as the supposed quote-unquote final update has finally arrived. SAO version 3.10 has silently dropped earlier this week, with Bandai Namco sharing the extensive patch notes, but the biggest introduction of this free update is the final 4 Gameverse Heroines joining the game and the conclusion to the Arcane Arsenal questline, although the reward is likely not very meaningful to you if you're not from Japan. Completing the Gameverse Heroine questline grants you the 8-branched sword, which is a real-life reference from Liz to the ceremonial item that is the 7-branched sword. So yeah, the symbolic importance of the sword probably flew over a lot of heads there in the West. For all editions, you can read the full patch notes linked in the description. But the reason I said supposed final update is because the Japanese SAO Games account also tweeted out that they have changed plans yet again, and that they will be, in fact, implementing Edith Synthesis 10 from Unleash Blading into the game. So yeah, Alicization Lycoris always had a very messy development schedule. None of this really surprises me at this point. They have not mentioned anything else, so we have no clue when that is going to happen. Unleash Blading literally has nothing. No new events announced, all the existing events ran out, constant dead game chatter is going on around as usual whenever one of these things happen, at least at the time of this recording. Integral Factor, however, had a full week. We have received floor 99, which is an event-sized floor that is all about looking back with all the characters involved in the story. It was quite beautiful, farewell style floor as we are at the doorstep of floor 100, but yeah, don't get the wrong idea. I don't expect the game to be over once we clear floor 100 of Aincrad. Why would we have so many teases from Kikoka Seijiro and Nurse Akinatsuki in ASCA Empire otherwise? There are definitely plans beyond floor 100 for this game, so stay tuned. Aside from that, there is the new Halloween skill banner featuring Lifa, Yujiro, Yuki and Asuna, as well as Halloween selection order featuring past Halloween skills, and new Guild of Guilds event is active. That's it for this week in SAO. We covered the soundtrack list the previous week, so I will aim to cover the 90-second full trailer in an explained video sometime this week before Scherzo officially releases in Japan for some additional fun, so look forward to that. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future news and deep dives. Follow me on Twitter for the fastest SAO news. Hope to see you all again next week. Until then, stay cool.